React court. We on React court. We ain't did this shit in a minute, man. I hope I don't make myself look like a sociopath this time. All right, man. The rumors of React courts demise have been greatly exaggerated, bro. All right. So if you wasn't here for this, we haven't done this shit in like months, nigga. When was the last time we did React court, bro? That was a minute ago, dude. But if you wasn't here for it, you ain't never seen it before. Basically, we go on Am I the Asshole, right? And we read these posts where people go on the internet and they try and get like they try and get like advice, not really advice, but try and get a judgment from internet strangers on their problems and shit. And it's hilarious because these niggas are crazy. It's a bunch of weirdo ass Redditors and shit. Am I the asshole for throwing out my husband's friend's food? Off top, I'm gonna say yes. Off rip. Just cause, you know, niggas don't play about their food, bro. But of course you go read the shit. My husband loves his buddy Steve. I would love Steve a lot more if he wasn't always trying to give my cat human food when he is visiting. I've explained it to him many times. Steve, do not give her anything. She is only allowed to have cat food. I have had to do this literally every time he has been in my house with food. Nevertheless, Steve persists. I came home yesterday and Steve and my husband are throwing darts in the garage. Then they go out and come back with some fast food, including a meal for me. I turn my back for one moment to get some plates, and when I turn back around, I see Steve offering my cat a piece of garlic bread. I yell at him to stop it already, grab his whole meal and dump it in the trash. He calls me a bitch and reaches for my meal. I grab it away and yell at him to go the hell away from my cat until he's learned some manners. They go back to the garage and I overhear my husband trying to reason with him a bit, but he's not having it, and he storms out. Steve is pissed. Husband is understanding where I'm at with him, always trying to feed the cat, but also annoyed and says I had no right to throw out his meal. I really don't want to see Steve in my house at all anytime soon, but at the very least, I don't want him here with any food until he learns to keep it to himself. I'm gonna say, personally, everybody sucks. Because I see where she coming from. It's her house, it's her cat, don't feed the cat no food. But at the same time, you gonna throw away the food he paid for? Kind of cringe. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody in the wrong. I feel like it's a better way to, I don't know, bro. I just feel like throwing away my man's food is over the line. At least a little bit. But I feel where she's coming from though, and obviously, like I said, everybody sucks. Everybody, I feel like both people involved assholes. Cause Steve shouldn't be feeding this cat, but I feel like, you know, throwing this food away though. Okay, Steve had to learn his lesson. I guess she matched my man's energy. So I would say Steve is more in the wrong. I still think it's like everybody sucks. But Steve is like 75% of it. Matter of fact, I'd say Steve is like 80% and the wife is like 20%. But it's still kind of fucked up. That's what I think. I'm gonna see what the comments are. You know the I didn't know this. If garlic is famously poisonous, I didn't know this. But if garlic is really poisonous to cats, oh yeah, I take it back. I take it back. She was in the right. She was. If garlic is poisonous to cats, oh yeah. Fuck Steve and his food. Yeah, that's different. That's different than a motherfucker. That's different as fuck. Nah, I take it back. 100% asshole for Steve. Wife didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't know that. Honestly, now that I know that garlic is toxic to cats. Yeah, that's easy asshole. Easy, not the asshole for the wife. Easy asshole for Steve. I closed the whole tab out like a fucking moron. My fault. Am I the asshole for confronting my friend for taking our picture out of his wallet to replace it with his girlfriend's? I want to read this. My 22 female best friend. This is one thing I hate about Reddit. I hate this, like the age and gender shit. Cause I'm like, wait. 22 female best friend John 20, but okay, OP is a 22 female, John is 23 male. My best friend John and I have been friends since we were kids. As kids we were very close and we had a fake wedding when we were 7 and 8. In high school we recreated the fake wedding pics and he had one of those pics in his wallet. Since he got with his girlfriend Dinah, 23 female, around 2 years ago, John has distanced himself from me. We still hang out, but I feel like he always makes time for Dinah first instead of me. I mean, his girlfriend. The only way I can see him now is if we go grab coffee once every few days, but other than that, he won't come to my house when we used to have sleepovers and movie nights, and won't invite me to his house either. I feel neglected and hurt because we've been inseparable since we were small kids. A couple of days ago, I grabbed coffee with him at a coffee shop, and when he opened his wallet to grab his card and pay, I noticed he had a pic of him and Dinah in the place he had our fake wedding pic. I asked him about it and pointed out how I noticed, to which the only thing he said was, "What about it?" And I was like, "Really? Why did you have to take our picture out and replace it with him and Dinah?" He said Dinah is his girlfriend and he doesn't understand why I'm making such a big deal out of it, about it. I reminded him she might be his girlfriend, but he can't just throw me away. I've been his best friend since primary school. My pic existed in his wallet first, and he throws it away to replace me with someone he knows significantly less. He got annoyed and told me that once I stop being an immature, annoying brat, he'll talk to me again. Until then, I better leave him to his peace because he's not dealing with my childish tantrum. Am I the asshole here? She obviously wants to fuck this nigga. like obviously she wants to have sex with this nigga. Which, I mean, you know, it's fine, but like, you know, I definitely can understand having a friend that you've known since you was like 7, have him, like, you know, prioritize his girlfriend. I understand like being upset about that, but at the same time, it's like, you mad about this picture in his wallet? Like, of course he would put his girlfriend in his wallet, you know, like, yeah, y'all, like, not like you. I don't necessarily want to call her an asshole. They like 22, 23. Yeah, she 22 and he 23. Nigga said, I do, fuck her. Like, nah, cause I mean, I get where she coming from. Even like, let's say she don't have no feelings for this nigga, which she obviously does. Let's keep it 100. But I would understand being like, damn, you know, my best friend that I've known for years is, you know, kind of throwing me to the curb a little. Not even really throwing, because like you said, y'all see each other like every few days. I don't know, bro. I don't really want to call her an ass. I just think she's overreacting. I think she's overreacting. I wouldn't really call her an asshole though, but for the sake of the Reddit like system, like the am I the asshole shit, I'm gonna say she's an asshole. I don't really think she's an asshole, but for the sake of the Reddit, you know, rating system, I'm gonna call her an asshole. It's for real, not that serious. Like, you know, it's a picture. You feel? I'm sure he probably still got the picture. It'd be one thing if he like threw the picture away and was like, oh, fuck this bitch, I don't care about her. You feel me? But like, I completely understand him being like, okay, this is my girlfriend, I love her, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put her picture in the wallet and like maybe put my best friend picture, like maybe have that like hanging in a room somewhere, or like maybe put it on my desk type shit. I don't know, but like, yeah, bro, I think she overreacted. True, because how would my man's girlfriend feel if he still had this picture of this girl? You know that you like, yeah, I feel what you're saying too. Yeah. So like I said, I don't really think she's an asshole. You feel me? I just think she's having a human reaction to like a friend kind of like prioritizing a partner instead of her, which I understand. But like, for the sake of the Reddit rating system, we gonna call her an asshole. But let's see what the comments are. Will do. He always makes time for Dinah first instead of me. Holy entitled guacamole. Yo, niggas on Reddit are so corny. Nigga said, holy entitled guacamole, Batman. Nerd emoji type shit. I could have stopped here and known you're the asshole. You're not his wife or his girlfriend. His partner should come before you regardless of your history together. That's low-key how I feel. Like, you know, don't read that further. I will put the friend pic behind the girlfriend pic personally, but she not getting priority over the girlfriend. Yeah, like, I feel that, yeah. You're the asshole. Why would you think a childhood photo of you pretending to get married should take precedent over him with his actual girlfriend? Probably bizarre expectation on your side. Yeah, I agree. I feel like he always went, yeah, that's how romantic relationship should work, you know, yeah. Why did you have to take our picture of him? Because that's, okay, yeah. Yeah, like, it's pretty cut and dry for real. It's cut and dry. Am I the asshole for telling my sister grieving her dog is not the same as me grieving my husband? Yeah, we read this. Yeah, we read this one right here, I ain't gonna lie. Am I the asshole for telling my sister grieving her dog is not the same as me grieving my husband? To make a long story short, I lost my husband only a month ago. Rest in peace. Yo, my condolences. I like truly, honestly, because I imagine that's some horribly traumatic shit to lose your fucking husband. It's hard. I'm still grieving and I miss him every day. I have to take medication for depression and anxiety to help me get through the day. Last week, my sister's dog was put down due to some health issues and she was very upset, which is understandable. She called me as soon as it happened and said I was the only sibling who would understand her pain. I didn't mind. Honestly, I just wanted to comfort her since her dog meant the world to her. She held a wake for him and our whole family attended. It was a nice service. But now she's comparing our losses, telling me she knows exactly what I'm going through, that she can relate to the pain of losing someone so close to you. She calls me asking if we should visit graves together. It was fine the first time, but it's constant. She goes 3 times a day. It's already difficult to go once a week for me, and she knows this. I feel like she's not even considering my own grief process. Anyway, I told her that grieving her dog is not the same as grieving my husband. She's upset and refusing to talk to me now. I get it. It was uncalled for, really, but my loss is new to me too, and I guess I just got frustrated with how different we're dealing with our losses. I don't know. I feel like she should understand where I'm coming from too. A dog is not the same as a husband. A dog can't love you back like a husband can. A dog can't read to your children like a husband can. A dog can't make soup when you're ill like a husband can. It's really hard for me right now to discern when I'm being condescending or not. I don't know if it's a side effect of my medication or if the empathetic part of my brain is shut down. But I really am getting tired of her comparing our pain when she lost her dog and I lost my world. At the very least, she still has her husband. I have 2 young children at home, processing a loss unimaginable to the most of kids their age. And she's trying to whisk me away to graveyards to visit her dog. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. You are not the asshole. What the fuck? No. No, you're a sick. Hey, Elder, bro, you are a sicko for that, nigga. No, you are sick. You are a sick nigga for that. But no, you definitely not the asshole. Like, obviously, losing a dog is traumatic too. You know what I mean? 100%. You know, losing a pet is hard. Absolutely. But losing a pet is 100% not the same thing as losing a partner. You feel me? This lady lost her husband. You lost your dog and you try to compare them like they're the same thing? No. No. Those are not comparable at all, to be honest. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, obviously, I respect both parties as far as they lost, because, you know, that's, you know, both experiences are traumatic. But one is significantly traumatic or more traumatic than the other. You feel me? So, yeah, absolutely not. OP is not the asshole. Yeah, like, I love my dog, nigga. Like, you know, I think, I ain't gonna cap. Like, I don't know doomer shit. I just can't help it for real. I can't help, but then my dog old as shit. She like 14, 15. I'm like, I know it's coming. You know, like, not to be on no doomer shit, but like, we know it's coming. But like, you know, that's different though. You feel me? Like, you know, it like, like, everybody knows that's different. You feel me? I don't really have to explain that, nigga. Losing your husband is much different than losing your fucking husband or losing your dog. You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Not the asshole. I'm not going to be too mean to your sister, but she is being an asshole here. Not just because dogs' lives are live shorter lives than humans, so it is more expected. Not just that, no matter how much we love animals, humans. I mean, I kind of don't like the way you phrasing it. I agree with you, but I don't like how you phrasing it. This is some Reddit shit. Not the asshole. She lost a dog while she cared for her pet. It was just that, a pet. Losing a dog doesn't leave you worrying about paying the mortgage, how to care for your children. I feel like if I keep reading the comments, I'm gonna get mad. Because like, yeah, like they right, but like, I feel like they kind of downplaying the pet. You feel me? But they right though. That's why you gotta keep going. Fuck that dog. Am I the asshole for making a joke about drugs with my doctor? I want to see what I want to see what call her the asshole. Yo, imagine. Nah, we gonna go back and scroll. I wonder if it is any comments that's like, you're the asshole. Bitch. No assholes here. Sorry this happened to you. I don't think anyone here benefits from measuring grief in a hierarchy. Grief is devastating and unique to everyone's circumstances. It says a lot about you that you were able to acknowledge your sister's grief and offer support while yours is so fresh. It appears your sister hasn't yet been able to see through her grief enough to recognize how yours and your children's is still in full swing, which makes it fair that you had to set some kind of boundary. While downplaying her grief is not ideal, your grief deserves respect. That's fair and valid. That's a very like well-mannered, you know, like, you know, equal-minded type, you know, shit. You feel me? Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. It's my everybody saying not the asshole. That was the only comment that was different for real. So, all right. Am I the asshole for making a joke about drugs with my doctor? Very mature perspective. Yeah, exactly. My husband and I, after years of infertility, are in our second trimester of pregnancy. Congratulations. It's safe to say we both have some trauma from it, but my husband, unlike me, does not find comfort in dark jokes I sometimes make about it. It's how I deal with it. He doesn't, so I don't make those jokes around him. I have worked in surgical settings, and my OBGYN is someone I worked alongside with as well. I trust him with my life and my pregnancy. He's an older gentleman who reminds me of my grandfather. We've saved lives together, and we both have that same twisted healthcare workers humor, so I have a solid bond with him. At the most recent visit, husband was also there. Doc and I were just talking generally about the pregnancy and what to expect and how happy he was that I made it to the second trimester. We're nearing the end of our visit, and Doc says, "You're exercising, doing everything right, no drug use?" A smile flashes across his face. I know the drug question is a joke. Me, I mean the tiniest bit of meth. Just, nah, see, I'm the type of nigga where I also got this type of humor. I would have laughed. I would have bust out laughing if it was me. I read that and it started laughing. Nigga, like, you know, everybody don't got that same type of humor though. He laughs, I laugh. My husband doesn't. Husband quickly says, no, she doesn't. Fake laugh. We get back in the car and my husband is pretty annoyed that I made a joke like that. I apologize, told him it happened so quick that it didn't even register that it would hurt his feelings, and obviously Doc didn't take it seriously as he initiated the banter. He pushes that some things shouldn't be joked about. I try to explain that a lot of healthcare workers do make jokes like that because if we didn't, we wouldn't be able to handle the things we deal with. I do understand his side to an extent and fully agree that a joke isn't funny if someone takes offense to it. But on the other hand, am I not allowed to continue to bond with my doctor if that's the way we communicate? Does that make me an asshole? I don't think so. But like I said, I'm the type of nigga where I like dark humor like that. So like, he's like, you know, I do a tiny bit of math. You know what I mean? All right, we gotta edit. Oh shit, edit, mandatory. Wow, this blew up. I appreciate everyone's thoughtful responses. To everyone calling him uptight, he really isn't. I'm realizing he was way more affected by the miscarriages than I originally thought. We'll be having a sit-down discussion about this. This post has really opened my eyes that he is suffering, and it breaks my heart that I didn't realize it. Also, he loves my humor, just not about this, which is totally fair and understandable. To those who had an excellent point of someone in the office overhearing, this was after hours actually. Doc and I still work in the same hospital, so I popped in after my shift while he was finishing admin things. No one else to hear, which I was completely aware of. Again, thank you to everyone. Yeah, I say not the asshole. I mean, I definitely see like the husband being affected by the fact that they had so many you know, complications with their past pregnancies. I definitely can understand, like, you know, I don't want to joke about this because, you know, we lost some, you know, some children. So it's like, I definitely understand the perspective of the husband. But I think that, you know, you having that sense of humor, your doctor having that sense of humor, and you making that joke just off the cuff, you know, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, I think it's no assholes. Because, yeah, I think it's no assholes. Because I fully understand the dad's or the husband's perspective. And I get the wife and the doctor's perspective too. And you know, I love when we read these and like, because usually the marriage ones are like the ones where it deals with like a couple. It's always like, this issue could have easily been resolved if you had just talked to your partner. I love reading these joints when it's like, hey, you know, me and my partner sat down and we had a mature conversation about this, and we both came to a mature, reasonable conclusion that both of us are happy with. So I'm glad that the wife said, yo, we talked it out. I understand his perspective. He understands mine. We chopped it up. It's cool. So yeah, I say no assholes. I know the comments probably crazy. Not the asshole. Your husband is stressed and sensitive, but there's nothing wrong with joking with your doctor. See what I'm saying? Like sensitive. I mean, yeah, he's sensitive. He's lost you know, I would imagine multiple children to, you know, infertility complications. It makes sense that he's sensitive. That's, you know, I think that's completely valid and fair. No assholes here. It was a joke. Doctor knew it was a joke. No harm done. I mean, like, what about the husband though? I actually don't understand your. I actually don't understand your husband's point of view at all. He sounds tightly wound and fixates on stupid stuff like the loss of his children. Most sanest Redditor. Sanest Redditor. No assholes here. You try to keep the jokes that bother your husband away from him, but made an honest mistake. He's not an asshole for this bothering him. Thank you. Thank you. Sub Sailor 1968, thank you. You are old, buddy. Get off already. No assholes here. I understand your husband's point of view. I love this kind of humor, but some people really don't like it. Maybe your husband has some kind of history or some history of losing people, family, friends because of hard drugs, and it's painful for him. I mean, they said like they've had miscarriages. I guess technically she didn't say that they had miscarriages before the edit. So maybe the comments was like, maybe because, you know, infertility can be miscarriages, or they just like never had a pregnancy that took, like they never, you know. So maybe people didn't register that they've already lost children. So I guess it's not fair to say that, you know, because, you know, she said miscarriages in the edit. So, you know, but still, like, the one nigga that's like, your husband is sensitive. Yeah. I would be a little sensitive too. If me and my wife, you know, we didn't try to have a baby a couple times, we done lost the motherfuckers, I'd be a little sensitive, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? I think that's fair to be sensitive. Am I the asshole for not taking my nephew to this trip? We reading this for sure. I have a brother who has 2 kids, female 14 and male 18. Let's call them Bria and Dan. He adopted Dan at age 12. Dan and Bria have opposite personalities. Dan is always angry, he misbehaves a lot, doesn't get along with anyone, and generally he is not an easy kid to get along with. He's an orphan. Bria, on the other hand, is a joy to be around. She gets along with everyone. She is a bit of a moody teenager, but I guess that's normal. Anyway, last week, my wife and I wanted to go on a trip. My friend has a vacation home and said he could stay there. It's near a beach and Bria loves beaches, so my wife and I offered to take her with us. My brother asked if we also want to take Dan. I wasn't really eager about taking Dan. However, I told him that I would ask my wife. Bria later asked me if we can just take her because Dan ruins everything. This, yo, elder, bro. Whoa, nigga. Whoa, nigga. Last time I was the sociopath, nigga. Now I think you were the sociopath. My wife and I agree with her. Dan is always fighting with everyone, and I'm sure he'll be sulking in his room for the entire trip. I said this to my brother while he said it's our choice and he respects it. My sister-in-law thinks we are assholes. Yeah, I agree. I too agree that you are an asshole. Nigga said, I'm not taking this orphan piece of shit with us to this trip. What the fuck? They like, yeah, he's moody and disrespectful and he has anger issues. I mean, I don't know this kid's story, but like I can only, like, I imagine maybe he's been bounced around in the system. You feel me? Maybe he lost his parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know this kid's story, but I can only imagine that being an orphan probably gives you a skewed, you know, like emotional perspective on life. You know what I'm saying? I can't sympathize because I'm not an orphan, but like, I can imagine being an orphan is hard. So like, you know, and then all these stories where it's like we prioritizing one kid over another is always some fucked up shit to me, because I feel like in a family, I feel like you should treat all the kids like equally, even if one has a behavioral problem, you know, especially when the behavioral problem is like, it makes sense. He was an orphan till 12. Dog, that nigga was like that to survive. Nigga, that's what I'm saying, bro. I think it's safe to say asshole, bro. Take that kid on the trip and be patient with him. Be patient with him and show him some love. Don't, like, you trying to be like, well, the nigga act weird, so I don't want to take him. Like, how about you show some compassion to the little nigga and maybe he'll, you know, maybe he'll open up and be nicer and shit. Info, are you planning on having a one-to-one with Dan in the near future so you don't just display blatant favoritism? Edit, you're the asshole. Try to get to know them and find common interests like, you know, you did with the non-adopted child. What the flip kind of... Reddit is so funny. What the flip kind of responses and do what exactly? So next to each other? Empathy wouldn't kill you. It's important to remember Dan was adopted at 12 from most likely very difficult and painful circumstances, which explain the anger. Try not to make them feel less cared for than they already do. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure that nigga life was hard. I'm sure he, you know, he got a valid reason to be like a little standoffish. Man just fumbled the most beautiful found family bonding moment of his life. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have, you know, like, yeah, like, you could have just been one-to-one with the nigga and been like, yo, you know, I understand you had a rough life, and you know, you went through a lot of shit, but you don't have to be like that with us, because we love you, and we gonna take you on this trip because we love you and you part of the family, and you know, hopefully at some point you come to realize that we love you and we're family to you. We'll never abandon you type shit like maybe somebody else did in the past. But instead you just like, oh, this nigga weird, fuck him. What the fuck? Like, yo, this shit just took him. Like, what the fuck? And even if he do like he don't interact with nobody, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Go have, you know, have your little fun experience with the other kid and let him sulk. I would say, you know, like I said, try and be more compassionate to him and try and show him that he a part of the family and you love him and shit. But like, is it really gonna fuck up the whole trip if you just bring him? Asshole, boo, you stink. Could have sat bro down and said, stop being cringe. Info, why include the part about Dan being adopted? Is that relevant? Low key. But I'm glad that they did, because now we see why they treat them different. You feel me? Because low key, they didn't have to say that. Low key did not have to say that, but now we know why though. We know why they treat them different, you know? He can only learn to not sulk if he gets opportunities to not do so. For real. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that she will ruin her kid's life if she homeschools them? Sheesh. My sister, 32 female, Addie, and I, 20 female, have a pretty large age gap of 12 years. Obviously, you didn't really have to say that. You already put the... No. My niece, who we will call Lily, is about to turn 5 and will be old enough to start school this coming August. Due to our large age gap, my sister and I were raised two very different ways. Addie went to public school but ultimately dropped out in the 10th grade, while I was homeschooled from the 3rd grade until I graduated. Addie was talking about homeschooling Lily, as Addie is a stay-at-home mom with tons of free time. When she told me about this, I told her not to do it, as she would most likely be ruining Lily's life and taking away any chance of her developing normally. As I mentioned earlier, I was homeschooled for most of my life and it absolutely messed me up. There was nothing wrong with my curriculum and I learned at a faster pace than children going to public school, but homeschooling made me so unprepared for the real world. I was not socially developed enough, so when I went to college and experienced other people in a normal setting, it was traumatizing. I had and still have severe anxiety and would experience panic attacks just being around other people. I bet they like Puss in Boots. I was very sensitive and sheltered, and I took the smallest things so personally. The first year or so was absolute hell because I didn't know how to properly socialize with people. I told Addie that if she homeschooled Lily, she would be preventing Lily from developing key skills that she would need later in life. And I also told her that I believe Lily would grow to resent Addie, as it wouldn't be healthy for Lily to spend the majority of her time with her mother. Addie took this very personally and assumed my objection came from the fact that Addie didn't finish high school rather than any of the reasons I explained to her. I tried explaining that Lily needed to be around children her own age and that even putting Lily in clubs or sports wouldn't make much of a difference because those typically only meet once or twice a week, but by this point Addie was pretty much ignoring me. She hasn't been speaking to me since this happened a few days ago, but apparently has been telling her friends and our family that I'm trying to influence her parenting decisions. And I've gotten some pretty passive-aggressive messages online because of it. So am I the asshole? It's hard for me to say because I went to, you know, I was in public schools, or, you know, I wouldn't even necessarily say public. I went to like some charter schools when I was in elementary and middle school. But I imagine that being homeschooled does fuck with your social development. I don't know that for sure because I never was in that situation. I was on online school for half of my time and it really did almost fuck me up. See, yeah, like I I imagine that it does. You know, you have to have that, like, that, the experience, that, because school isn't just about learning. Shit, if anything, I would say school really isn't about learning at all. At least I would say, like, past middle school, like high school, nigga, that shit ain't about learning. That's just me because I hate school. But I think you need that social development. I think you need to be in social scenarios so you can understand, like, how to move in social scenarios in real life, and, you know, once you get to the adult world. And that's not at all like a professional opinion. That's not coming from a place of, like, you know, mutual understanding, because I went to public school. I was never homeschooled, but I can imagine that being homeschooled does fuck with your social development. So I would agree with that. So I mean, I would say not the asshole. My sisters were homeschooled. You see how they? I wasn't gonna put them on blast like that. But I mean, if you said I was homeschooled for half of my time, he is correct. All right, man. Well, I mean, I agree, and, you know, I say not the asshole. You know, not the asshole. I'm Spanish. Homeschooling here isn't even legal. I don't know why that was funny to me. So I really don't get this American thing. But the fact she didn't end high school and wants to be the one providing it. Low key, I ain't even thinking of it. Woo, low key, I ain't even. Hey, I ain't even. Hey, my man Salt Boysenberry brings up a good point. She's trying to get him to the trenches. Like, not to say you can't be intelligent or smart if you drop out of high school. That's not my point. But I don't know. I don't really trust you to be a teacher, though. You know, I don't know. Not the asshole. I don't understand that you're the assholes here saying it was none of your business, not your place or whatever. Your sister initiated the conversation about homeschooling her daughter. That was her making it your business and inviting your opinion. You can't talk to someone about a topic, then act surprised you get their opinion on said topic. You might not want other people's opinions, but in that case, you shouldn't talk to them about it or make it clear from the start you want a one-way conversation. You actually have been homeschooled and therefore know the potential impacts on a child better than most. That makes it your place to speak on your experience. Imagine skipping forward 10 years and her kid doesn't have age-appropriate social skills and has developed social anxiety, etc. And you're just like, oh yeah, I know this was a possibility because it happened to me. I didn't tell you though. Yeah, but she ain't say that she got any other learning after that. Okay, she didn't. We don't know if she did or not though. We don't know if she did or not. But yeah, I'm gonna say not the asshole for this. I'm gonna say not the asshole. What's this one you just put though? Am I the asshole for telling my stepsister no one cared about her wedding after she wouldn't stop comparing it to mine? The wedding ones are always so funny to me. Because they always be over stupid shit. I swear, like maybe not the last time we did React Court or Reddit or whatever. Maybe the time before that, it was always like, am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law not to wear this dress color? I'm like, bro, who gives a fuck? All right. I, 23 female, have a stepsister, Maggie, 27 female, whose mother, Miranda, is married to my dad. I grew up mainly with my mother and stepfather, so didn't see Miranda or Maggie that often. Also, Maggie and Miranda have a massive chip on their shoulders about my dad's extended family, so they stopped coming to most group things, and I spent a lot of time staying with my grandparents during the holidays, so I saw them even less. For various reasons, most of my dad's family has converged on the same area in the last couple of years, so we see each other more often. Maggie got married last year, and I am getting married this summer. The weddings are not close together and not comparable in terms of venue, size, aesthetic, literally anything, but that hasn't stopped Maggie comparing them incessantly. She's annoyed that my dad offered to pay for mine, I refused, but didn't for hers. She's mad that I'm wearing heirloom jewelry for my wedding that she wasn't offered. She's mad that extended family will be attending my wedding when they didn't attend hers. She has gone so far as to say that she should have married my fiance since she's closer in age to him, and they skipped her. She believes my marriage was arranged. It seems to boil down to that she didn't get the wedding she wanted gratis, and she's still bitter about it. About a week ago, the family, grandparents, dad, Miranda, Maggie, plus husband, aunt, cousin, wife, me, fiance, had dinner. The subject of a family member came up in their accommodation for the wedding, and Maggie chimed to say how nice it was that they were able to make it to mine because they were too busy to come to hers. Nobody acknowledged what she said, so she started to talk about the excuse they'd given at a stupidly loud volume so that everyone had to listen. I'm not a confrontational person, but a mix of wine and exhaustion took over, and I said, no one cared about your wedding a year ago, and they're not going to start today, so please just spare us. Fuck, Don DeMarco. Talk to her, let her cook. There was an awkward silence until everyone moved on. But Maggie started crying and quietly left the table and eventually went home. Fuck. It's fucked up, bro. My dad says she is too humiliated to talk to anyone and probably won't come to the wedding. My dad is pressuring me to apologize because Miranda is giving him a hard time, as is Maggie. He says I knew how much it hurt Maggie that a lot of the family pomp was not part of her wedding, and while she has taken it too far, I went for the jugular and I didn't need to, because she wasn't being disparaging to me. She was just inappropriately expressing bottled up feelings. To me, it felt like she was using my important life event to draw attention to herself, which felt unfair and mean-spirited, which is why I reacted the way I did. That said, it seems like she's not brushing off my comment as easily as I did hers, so I'm wondering if I took it too far. I'm gonna keep it a stack. You did. Like, I definitely get, yeah, I think it's everybody sucks. I think it's everybody sucks. I see where OP coming from, but also, damn, bitch. She said, no one cared about your wedding a year ago, and we not about to start today, so just shut the fuck up. God damn. Hey, no, this nigga said, everybody sucks, but OP was funny about it, so she cool. Nah, bro. It's a everybody sucks, bro. It's a everybody sucks for sure. It's a everybody sucks. That's a sick thing to say to somebody, guys. No one cared about your wedding a year ago, bitch. What makes you think we about to start today? You might as well just shut that shit up. No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. It's a good thing I wasn't there, because I would have been in the back like, talk to these. No, bro. Everybody sucks here. Everybody sucks here, bro. Holy shit. In front of the whole family, too, though. That shit is crazy. Obama. No. Oh my God, bro. That is hella funny. That's funny as fuck, but it's so rude. It's so rude. Not the ass. Nigga said not the asshole. Yo, I understand why she would be upset if people did not attend her wedding, but to keep bringing it up is overkill. I'm confused about why she thought it was okay to bring up her wedding while the family was discussing OP's wedding. Then she wants to be shocked when OP finally claps back. Damn. You don't think like she don't got like no right to be a little like emotionally like, you know, like feel some type of way about the fact that like most of her family didn't come to the wedding and she didn't get the little hand-me-down jewelry. She didn't get offered to pay. The dad didn't offer to pay for the wedding. None. You don't think she got no right to be a little upset? I get, like, I agree that it's overkill, and it obviously is, like, from a perspective of like you trying to like undermine the OP's wedding by bringing up your wedding. I get, like, that's, you know, like, that's why I say everybody sucks here, because like the sister-in-law or the stepsister or whatever, she got a right to feel the way she felt. She didn't have to, you know, try and undermine the OP wedding, and OP didn't have to say, bitch, shut up. we didn't care about your wedding last year, man, so what makes you think we about to start today? That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, I wanna let her. I wonder why no one showed up. Maybe she might just be an asshole. Let me like speed read through this shit one more time. Okay, yeah, she's a stepsister, right. Also, that's okay. It do seem like the stepmother and the stepsister never really like tried to engage with the other side of the family. know, man. Maybe I take it back. I still think she ain't have to go that hard. The OP didn't have to go that hard on her. OP ain't, cause okay, I'm gonna say everybody sucks here. 75% more for the sister or the stepsister than OP. But OP didn't have to do her like that though. OP didn't have to do it like that though. OP ain't had to do it like that though. Instead of crying, fade her then. Cause yeah, it seemed like they don't really, the new mother and the stepsister don't really like the dad's family. So if they don't engage with the family, you can't really be surprised if they don't come to the wedding. If they don't like you, then why the fuck would they come? You know what I'm saying? And you act like you don't like them. You know what I'm saying? I still want to say it to everybody sucks though, cause OP did not have to kill her like that. OP did not have to kill her like that. But yeah, man, I think the sister is more of an asshole, but OP ain't had to do her like that though. Bitch, we didn't give a fuck about your wedding last year. What makes you think we about to give a fuck today? No, that shit got me crying, bro.
Deep in the cut, if you see me say, hey, I'm the big man. Shorty walked up and said, hi, I'm a big fan. I'm like, hey girl, okay, you better prove it then. Pull the gear out, now we having fun. Team Grub, how she ate me up. Niggas act fishy, boy, you salmon better run. It ain't no paintballs if I pull out the gun. Your bitch pussy loose, it's boomy, booyah. I don't play no games, nigga, I'm a ooyah. Yeah, I'm that one nigga, what's it to ya? Talk to me nice, I don't wanna have to do ya. Set him up, ink him down, hit his block, spin around.